Dearest Mooji, is there a possibility to go beyond the parts of me that still want to succeed in life? I know that I would probably not pursue any spirituality if I was as successful as I wanted to be in career, work, and relationship. I see those parts in me trying to kidnap the spiritual process to make it also into a story of success. Beautiful, you see? To become a teacher or just better than others. Do you have any suggestions on that? With love, Lilach from Israel. Very beautiful to bring this. Again, is there a possibility to go beyond the parts of me that still want to succeed in life? Is there a possibility to go beyond the parts of me that still wants to succeed in life? Yes. Also, succeed in life means what? It becomes a cliche for everybody to succeed in life, but it has different meanings for different people. What did it mean? What is success? It can be that you don't have to rely on anyone else, or that you have a home that you have paid for, perhaps even a holiday home also. You see, you have vehicles, your children are in good schools, and you're married to a good cook. And I don't know. Each person have different idea of what is a successful life, you see. Because we know that also nothing is wrong with these things also, nothing at all. But perhaps the yearning for them, in the same way we speak about money, there's an innocence about it. In fact, there's nothing wrong with money. But the yearning, the craving for it it says something more about you. And that something is feeling incomplete without some commodity. I feel it is highly exaggerated. If success means to have all these things, and you don't mention being happy, or being content, or being in peace, or being in love in the most complete sense, these things not mentioned, then again we can think, what is success then? Is success to have all these things and perhaps still be unhappy so that people can say, haha, look, he's successful. This one is successful, look. So we have different measures of what it means to be successful, you see. And yet we may have all these things and still be happy also. Still be detached also. It reminds me of a story from a Bible story of King Solomon. Solomon was the son of David. And it is said that God appeared to him in a dream and said, Solomon, I am happy with you. Ask of me whatever you wish, and I will fulfill it for you. Solomon reflected on it. It didn't take him long. He would say, Lord, grant me wisdom to rule the people wisely and fairly and compassionately. Then the voice said to him, Oh Solomon, I'm very pleased with you. So many things you could have asked for, but you asked for what is the most beautiful. You asked for experience and wisdom to guide the people, your people, wisely and compassionately. So because you have made such a wise choice, I see that you are not in pursuit of perishable things. Therefore, I'll make you the most wise person in the world, But on top of that, I'll give you all these other things. Isn't it wonderful, no? I know that I would probably not pursue any spirituality if I was as successful as I wanted to be in career, work, and relationship. This much wisdom you display, you see, that I have a sense, I know you even say, that I would not pursue any spirituality. Let's put spirituality meaning the search for truth, the search for one's true nature. Because spirituality can mean different things also. It can just mean, to be, an intuitive being and to be seen as, in fact, you mentioned later, so I'll read on. I would probably not pursue any search for the truth, let's say, if I was as successful as I wanted to be in career, work, and relationship. I see those parts of myself trying to kidnap the spiritual process to make it also into a story of success, such as to become a teacher or just to be better or higher than others. We know these kind of thoughts, isn't it? That sometimes it is just that. One man came to Satsang and he said that, I asked what you want, and he said, I have always been good at whatever I did. He said like that. And I studied yoga. I'm now at the top of the yoga tree. And now I want to be top of this. I want to be the best nothing. I am more nothing than you. So I see those parts of me trying to kidnap the spiritual process to make it also into a story of success, such as to become a teacher or just to be better than others. Do you have any suggestions on that? But you are already aware of this. You see these movements that come from the mind or from the sense of the person, from some form of conditioning. You see them featuring in your urge, your drive for truth. They're coming up, you see. So the sense of the person and the desire of the person to be successful, and not just to be successful, but perhaps to be seen to be successful, you see, that is still featuring inside. And perhaps now there is some split within. You say, I see these things coming. And I feel already in the way that you have put it, Lilach, that it's already showing that you can transcend them easily. Because you have not spoken about them with any sense of that you value and you see them as such virtues. You're saying actually they see that they get in the way. So which is stronger for you? Is it the pull to come fully back into your heart? Which is, I don't know in the world if that could be called success. Some people may call it failure. They may say you're a dropout. You see? What are you? You're a failure. Sitting around looking at the stars. What is that about? Get up and get a job. You see? It may be a fear of being criticized or judged or something. But these things, as you pay attention to what is important for you, if the importance is really just to be true. Maybe some of you here already have tasted the wine of success, you see. You think, well, actually, the things themselves is not the problem, but somehow what it meant for me has become a problem. It has too strong meaning. It's too important. And I see that I forfeit my happiness just to get things which are perishable. Some people have somehow overcome that. You see? I see those parts of me trying to kidnap the spiritual process. And why trying to, and perhaps even succeeding. Why? Because something is open for business. The door is not closed. Maybe toying with it, toying a little bit. So these forces, they cannot succeed by themselves. They must somehow connect with you and get your approval. You see? The desire for to become a teacher or just to be better than others, you know? These desires they're auditioning for your attention. You know, they come, trying. And something maybe seems a little seductive about it. But a higher intelligence is also present with you, you see? Because you start by asking, is there a possibility to go beyond the parts of me that still want to succeed in life? And I am not against what may be called success. Because life is also desire, also it can be seen. And there's an urge to do better in every culture. There's a sense of doing the best, becoming as good as you can. But when we analyze what that means, if you look more deeply into it, you may see that, wait a second, but it is not mentioned here, happiness. It's not mentioned here, peace. These are not at the top of the list. They're not even mentioned. Only to have, to get, you see? So if that is clear for you, maybe a deeper resolve will come inside your heart, and you may say, look, you know, I am not going to be cynical about these things, but it's not really, they are getting in the way of something that now is much more precious for me. I have to be free in this life. This life is for freedom. As soon as that resolve is there, then these forces begin to diminish because they cannot compete with the urge to be free, genuinely. See? So that's a very good one. Let me try another one now. This one I don't need glasses, I don't think. Dear Mooji, when I am in satsang with you, my person noise becomes quieter and I can more easily observe from a deeper place. When I am going about daily life, my person noise becomes loud, in brackets, especially when it wakes up in the night, and it's much harder to not be taken over by it. What it is to be taken over by it. My person noise, the noise, you know, yes, you better do this, come on, you know, you're not moving hard enough, maybe try more to do this, maybe this, that's what they call tsunami, see? And it's much harder to not be taken over by it. Well, you know, sometimes I would say stop fighting it for a moment and just let it just make all the noise. Say, listen, mind, just speak up. But you stay and watch from a place of neutrality. Don't pick up any tools, don't pick up any weapons. Just be the witness. Not the witness like I told in the story that got involved. You see? Just let it, as though this is going on to a neighbor, not to you, as much. You can listen like that or watch like that. And then you see at some point, when it's completely expressed itself, at some point it exhausts its expression and somehow falls back into oblivion by itself, even without force. Sometimes the very fight you put up, you see, is imparting more reality to it. Is that you take it seriously. So, in a sense, this kind of psychological attack, it thrives on resistance, because your very resistance is showing to what extent you are involved and how deep you are identified. You follow like that, no? So to get in, it's like, and then, don't get into a street fight with your mind. Learn to observe. and see, yeah, you, and look, it's almost, oh, look at your friends, they all have Lamborghinis, oh, you're riding bicycle, Who is it speaking to? This psychological voice from the mind, as I said earlier, it cannot intimidate the true being. It can only intimidate the idea you're holding on to of who you are, which is only an idea, a concept, a fantasy, you see. And in a sense, the mind beating up your imagined self is a good thing, in a way. It's not a good thing if you identify with the, why is it so? Can't get anywhere. Every time I succeed, this thing come, I have bad luck and all this kind of thing. You see? Who has bad luck? The dream self. As you discover more and you are loyal to your discovery, faithful to what you see, stay present with what you have and confirm what you have discovered, these voices are slipping away. They are no match for the self. How long will it take? Just as you're doing it. When I say this is a tree that bears immediate fruit, you won't have to wait for next season to see the results. Right here, you see. And finishes, it says, what is needed? Is it a question? What is needed to be able to let go of the person noise when I am not in the presence of someone who trusts the self completely? What is needed to be able to let go of the person noise? When the person is seen for what it is, it loses significance for the deeper truth. And the greatest thing that can happen is when the noise of the mind becomes insignificant for you. Meaning, that we say, there's a song, Bob Marley song. It says, it's a foolish dog that barks at a flying bird. The bird doesn't even look, it's just going around. It's a foolish dog that barks at a flying bird. When you're airborne, meaning you're in the atmosphere of your spiritual consciousness, you see, then the bark from the ego mind don't trouble you. We outgrow things also. Just like we outgrow our clothes, our size of clothes. Me, certainly have done it. I'm very successful at that. In the same way we outgrow certain concepts, certain beliefs, certain ideas, you outgrow. Can you outgrow your ego? Of course you can outgrow. So in gratitude, Jen writes this letter. When I'm going about daily life, my person noise becomes loud, especially when it wakes up in the night. It wakes up in the night, but then you're not going about daily life. And it's much harder to not be taken over by it. You should look at what it means, analyze, look at it, what it means being taken over by it. You see, something becomes loud and some panic enters. If you observe it, you may one day, maybe today, if you observe well enough to say, nothing's taken over. If you register that you are that, how can anything take over the infinite? Yeah, do one more. Yes. Dear Mooji, I have been following your pointings for several years now, and I want to expose a reoccurring question that doesn't seem to go away. When I listen to you, who or what is it that is hearing your words? Who are you talking to? If consciousness lies in a place beyond words, how does it hear them? Who is asking these questions? I have a deep connection and understanding of what you are pointing to. It's just that my mind can't answer this question. Does it matter? Mind, answer the question. Better write to Mooji then. Again, I've been following your pointings for several years now. Why it should be so long? Several years you're following the pointing. I want to go to the exit. It's over there. Come, over there. For several years I'm following to go over there. What's happening? I've been following your pointings for several years now because many people just started yesterday or a few days ago, and you got it or not? I've been following your pointings for several years now, and I want to expose a recurring question that doesn't seem to go away. When I listen to you, who or what is it that is hearing your words? You see? You can find out also. Okay, so the words are heard. Who is the hearer of them? Who is hearing them? Well, some intelligence within you is hearing them. Apart from the sense organ of hearing, mind also is interpreting what it hears. And what sees mind? What sees whether something is understood or not? Do we need to analyze to know exactly, is this the direction to go? Who or what is it that is hearing your words? Who are you talking to? Well, to you. I mean, who are you asking the question? I think I'm a simple man. I don't go so. Some things you have to look and somehow grace, even in the simplest, guides you to the source. It is said that even a great king who bows down to nobody prostrates at the feet of an illiterate sage. Illiterate sage means what? He doesn't know anything, not studied, not a learned man, not a pundit, not a scholar. He simply knows who he is. If the king prostrates at the feet of an illiterate sage, he must be at least wise enough to know, or to somehow feel the vibration of such a being, that he is compelled, even beyond his mind's will, he is compelled to go there. So it's not that it's some, you don't need necessarily university degree to understand these things. They are so simple. Why? Because it is what you are already. You're not going to make yourself into what you are. You can make yourself into what you're not. When I listen to you, who or what is it that is hearing your words? Who are you talking to? Well, we can say the unconditioned consciousness is conversing with the conditioned consciousness in the play called life or something. And then gradually the conditioned consciousness gives up it or transcends its conditioning and return to its natural state. It's one way. I don't know if that will satisfy you. If consciousness lies in a space, in a place beyond words, how does it hear them? Well, all concepts, all words, all thoughts, they're emanating from that source of consciousness. It's not lying in some place beyond the field of mind, like in some physical way, just in terms of subtlety. It is subtler than that. But it's also able to comprehend that. I have a deep connection and understanding of what you are pointing to. It's just that my mind can't answer this question. Which question? And does it matter? Which question? Maybe it is the mind that is, you say, create the question in the first place. Who or what is it that is hearing your words, and who are you talking to? The mind send an email to you. And then you read it and, oh my God, oh yes, who am I? Who is it speaking to? And that will delay your search for a while. Or sometimes questions come and you can just discard them. If you are smart enough to see, wait a second, this question doesn't go anywhere. It's not so auspicious a question. Find a question that really takes you to the very heart of what you're searching for. Don't waste time with, superficial questions. This may seem very deep, but you may have to go deep in your mind to find an answer that is worthless in the end. Then I have deep connection and understanding of what you are pointing to. It's just that my mind can't answer this question. Does it matter? If you say, well, it's just a mind asking this question, it's not important. Who am I who is aware of mind? This is more intimate. This is more ready. You don't have to go away to study to find that. What is it that watches the mind? You see? And don't just accept a mental answer. Such a question begs for a revelation, some deep and profound intuitive seeing, that when it arises in you as clarity, it wipes away these kind of questions. P.S. It is my birthday today. Is there any chance I could get a virtual hug from you, please? Thank you. I thought the questions are going away, more are coming up. Can you come? Yes.
Hi, Mooji.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
One part of me is really elated, and my ego's just gone, oh crap.
Say again, start again.
With God, and the bet was that I had very good odds of not getting picked when I put my hand up. So if Mooji picked me when I put my hand up, then I'm all in. And so the ego's just lost the bet. The question that I had has been with me for a while. I attended the last silent retreat online, and you answered my question that I sent in. So I'm here. And you talked about when you first met Papaji, and you said, you must disappear.
Yes.
And you walked off and you were annoyed and you packed your things and you went onto the street and then the veil dropped. And then I listened to, I think, to Tanya's letter this morning, which she went through the invitation that something burst open in her. And so my question is, why is it that some people have these profound revelations? And whereas for me, the invitation was has been like watching the rising sun. I've seen a small glimmer of the sun beginning to rise, but the darkness is still pretty strong. So why is it that some are lucky and have these profound experiences, whereas for others, some of the brothers and sisters here and online, it seems to be a more torturous process?
Yes. It seems to be, actually, because well, you seem to have some doubts about your own yourself, whereas I don't have doubts about you. You see? And I have no doubts about what you are. I can see how some misconceptions or how the pointings may be listened to from a place that is still invested in personhood to some extent, and so that clouds the way that the perception can just fully open up its power. So when you say even that I see this on the horizon, just this little line of the sun, but no more, I can also see the darkness and so on. Then what happened as I'm listening to you this time, I feel that, okay, let's, there's three factors here. There's a sense of the light emerging, and then there's a sense on the other side of the darkness closing in.
Yeah.
Then I want to ask you, but what about that which perceives them? The place from where they perceive. So let's not go towards the sun now, because that's also an image appearing in you. And let's not get caught up with the darkness also. These are just measurements of perception, no? But that which perceive them, what is the condition or the environment of that which is perceiving them? Is it possible for you to?
Yep.
Does it?
It's just peace.
It's just peace.
Just peace.
Yes. Is there an ending place of this peace?
No.
Yeah. Is there somebody there being peaceful?
No.
Because this is important, because if there is somebody there, being peaceful, nobody can keep up being peaceful. The peace is there in the absence of the somebody. So there's peace, but there's no peacekeeper. You see? There is just that. And because of conditioning and the belief, I am this body, I am this person, something gets caught in feeling that you have to be a doer or an undoer of something. That to recognize the truth, you have to do something or undo something. So already, if you have to do something or undo something to get to the truth, you can't be the truth. You must be somebody trying or something trying to get to the truth. It's already somewhere else. So the trouble is already caught in the way that we're looking also. So this is why I say that if you say here on the left represents the light, and here on the right represents the darkness, and I want to go towards the light, but the darkness is closing in. I said, no, hang on a second. If you just observe, isn't the light perceived and darkness is perceived? And which one are you who is the perceiver of them? What time of day are you? In what zone are you, that which perceive? Even if I don't use the term you, just that which perceives the lightness and darkness. Is it light or dark itself? You see? Because we keep leaving that one out. And just looking at the images that are on the screen of consciousness. We are paying attention always somehow outwardly. You're watching the screen of life, and this is happening and that is happening and so on. And even the one watching is part of the happening also. Then behind this must also be something that is not involved or trapped in the bubble of any scenario. Isn't it like that something? Is it so far? And is it an it other than you? We are not comfortable, nor do we believe we are qualified to be in this position. But that's also a thought, actually. It's just that on every layer of functioning, we are there. We're at the most gross, and we are at the most subtle. It just depends in what place you are more habituated to feel comfortable. And like a reflex, the attention goes to the place that you're most accustomed to being. But because it has been introduced to you, the power of observing, then what it means is that the tendency to get involved emotionally or conceptually with things, that is just held off for a while, so that, and because it's suspended, this jumping into and identifying with the things you see, it allows you the space to just to recognize that that is only something being watched. All this is traffic passing. I am not traffic passing. The witnessing of traffic passing occurs to me. Who is what? Am I also passing? We must first come to that. Because after this, I want to tell you something, but first you have to come to this thing. Are you the one who is witnessing all this? Are you yourself passing? Well, relative to all the traffic appearing in the field of consciousness, you, the witness of them, are relatively stable. You're with me? Can I speak?
Yes.
So that witness appears to be relatively stable, when compared with the traffic that is appearing, whether some are moving slow, some are moving fast, some are bumpy. Everything is witness without strain or even without effort, you see. The witness appears to be the deity of the waking state. It is the witness of all of that. Is it itself passing? Well, as I said, relative to what it perceives, it is stable. But then comes deep sleep. And in deep sleep, even this witness closes the shop of perception and falls into oblivion also. Then what remains? The universal consciousness remains, in which even we can have the sense we enjoyed sleep. Do you enjoy sleep? Do you say, well, I don't know because I'm asleep? When I wake up, I study the sheets and I see if it looks like I had a bad time last night or what. So this question cannot just be answered satisfactorily like that. As you continue to focus on that which is closer than intimacy, without the help of the mind suggesting anything. Just start here. In the beginning, it can feel, I don't know what to do, I'm just here. But there's a curiosity. And then say, but curiosity is also seen. What sees even that? Don't imagine. And just this intensity of intention, something comes. And it's as though your attention gets pulled into some realm of so subtle, intuitive perception, and you're in. And after this, nobody can speak about that. Because even if you could not speak, someone cut out your tongue, it would not be able to hide what you have seen. If you're unable to speak about it. I say this because we venerate speech and concepts. We feel that if we can talk about it, that is the clue, that is the evidence that we know. But even if you could not speak about it, a tongueless discovery, a tongueless spirituality, still the power of your realization would shine through your presence. Now you say you say in your word, yes, I ask, what is there that's not the light flickering or the darkness overwhelming? What is the weakness? What is the state of weakness? You say, peace. And I say, does that mean that there's someone being peaceful? Is there someone there being peaceful? Or is there just peace? And because we are so accustomed to inserting a somebody, to say, if there's peace, must be somebody there. I ask you, well, who is there? Whose peace is it? Whose peace is it? Is the peace synonymous with the consciousness that perceives it? Or is it merely just like a perfume? The perfume and the flower are one, but they are also different. So it's subtle. And now the mind might say, but what's the point of going into all of this stuff? Does it matter? Well, look and see. It's not that you are merely discovering more concepts. It's that something is refining itself. It's like the consciousness is not wearing any clothes. It becomes so empty, beyond even the concept of empty. And you know what? You're totally here. And unequaled joy is in you. That is not seemingly accessible when we are preoccupied with our self-image as personhood. The person itself is like a veil or a mask worn by the pure consciousness in order to enjoy the sense of visibility and the sense of autonomy and personhood. But it must evolve beyond this lowly satisfaction. In fact, it is not satisfied. And the very restlessness of the state of personhood is in fact what is auspicious, because it is compelled to evolve. And the evolution of consciousness is an evolution back towards its source, towards emptiness. It's not about moreness, it's not getting more information and learning more and more and more. We are already constipated with concepts. When you are discovering the truth, the effect is not more and more and more. It's more like a laxative. It's like all of these things begin to just fall away, fall away. And what is there? You are there. Even the greatest diarrhea will not get rid of you. Something is just here. And feeling healthy, so wonderful, wonderful. Maybe even to say wonderful maybe sounds more enticing to that within us which likes qualities. Maybe the word, maybe it's not even wonderful. Maybe wonderful is too small a word for what you are. There's no word. Many, if you have followed the invitation, already at the place of the discovery of what I'm calling the Is-ness. It is indescribable. You may say, there's a great peace here. But it's not just peace. It's more than peace. I just feel so free. It's more than free. Maybe for the first time you can say, it's like I'm nothing. And that's not an insult. It's like I don't feel like I can't say, I can say what I am not. But what I am, I cannot say, I can only be. And I cannot, like, I'm going to be. No, I already am something, you see. It's not things that come to you because your mind is clever. Clever mind can get in the way. It's just somehow something genuinely, earnestly is searching, and grace completes that search for you. What seemed like a destination projected, suddenly things turn around and it is seen that there's an apparent seeking entity which I have called myself, searching for its projected goal, which is where I'm watching from. I'm watching my mind meditate to try and reach me. But am I saying these things too early? Because there should not arise any arrogance.
Can I give you a hug?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good, very good, very good. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Stay with it, stay with it. Just stay in this place. Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you. while they're preparing, I read a few verses again from Ashtavakra Gita. And this one on stillness says, all things arise, suffer, change, and pass away. This is their nature. When you know this, nothing perturbs you, nothing hurts you. You become still. It is easy. God made all things. There's only God. When you know this, desires melt away. Clinging to nothing, you become still. Sooner or later, fortune or misfortune may befall you. When you know this, you desire nothing and you grieve for nothing. Subduing the senses, you are happy. Whatever you do brings joy or sorrow, life or death. When you know this, you may act freely without attachment. For what is there to accomplish? All sorrow comes from fear and from nothing else. When you know this, you become free of it, and desire melts away. You become happy and still. I am not the body, nor is the body mine. I am awareness itself. When you know this, you have no thought for what you have done or left undone. You become one, perfect and indivisible. I am in all things, from Brahma to a blade of grass. When you know this, you have no thought for success or failure, or the mind's inconsistency. You are pure. You are still. The world, with all its wonders, is nothing. When you know this, desire melts away, for you are awareness itself. When you know inside your heart that there is nothing, you are still.
is this love? God, is this When you are called by this love, rest inside your heart, for this love is pure and true. It is you. Just be. God, is this love? God, is this love? God, is
Mooji! Love you!